Good evening. Thank you for stopping by the Cohesive Inn with us. It's Tuesday night. It's a Spotlight series. I'm your host, Scott Nerney. With me tonight is Erica Saccoccio from Stellar Business Concepts. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Before we talk about your business, talk a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Wow. So I have lived and worked my whole life.
Great.
I am from Rhode Island through and through. I am a mom. I am a business owner, multiple businesses, and have a couple kids, and primarily teacher by trade. And I love what I do. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Well-rounded, ready to dive in and talk about everything?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So tell us about your initial businesses and what you started doing in Rhode Island.
Sure. So I own Family Tree Childcare Program. We have 3 locations, and I started like 23 years ago in the field when I had my daughter, and went to look for childcare, and that made me very nervous, and I couldn't leave my daughter with my mom. So I went out and looked at childcare programs, and there were lots of great ones, but I was just like, I'm not leaving my kid with people I don't know. So I quit my job and went to work in a childcare program, and fast forward 14 years from there, and opened up my own center, and still there. I still don't let my kid go. She works for me, so she's still with me every day. But yeah, I have a great staff of 42 teachers and wonderful community of families and children. So yeah, that's my passion, and love doing it. Don't foresee leaving anytime soon.
And where are those locations?
So they're all in Warwick. So there's 2 on Warwick Ave right across the street from each other. And then one on Edith Street next to Morris Farm at the old end of Warwick Ave.
Okay.
So technically, really, all 3 of them are on Warwick Ave.
Great.
Yeah.
And when you say childcare, it's somewhere where you bring your child, and it's not a babysitting service. They're
No.
actually teaching them, they're
Absolutely.
learning, they're growing.
Yeah. So we have early learning centers. So one location does infant to 5 years old.
Okay.
Our other location does toddler and preschool. We do have a significant number of preschoolers. And then our program down in Edith Street is actually an after-school program. We service children 5 to 12 years old. We do summer camp, vacation weeks. So we kind of do the gamut there. When COVID closed, we were at makeshift school for quite a period of time as kids were bringing in their Chromebooks, and we were helping them with their schoolwork while their parents worked. So yeah.
And in a few years, you'll be having the kids of the kids that you started with.
Oh, I'm already past that. I am at, sometimes some kids have like the grandkids, but yeah. So because I started in the after school field 23 years ago,
Yeah.
many of those children have children who come to me. So yes,
Right.
I've been very blessed in that way.
And aside from that, you have your own actual business working with local businesses. So explain that
Yes.
to us a little bit.
So during COVID, like many other business owners, there were lots of pivots that happened.
Sure.
And for me, I had so many families that I worked with on a regular basis, and they started to say, like, I don't really want to go back to the office, or, I've been doing this thing on the side, and it's actually doing much better than I anticipated. I think I'm going to make a go of it. So people started coming to me and asking me, like, how did you do this? How did you do that? How did you find funding? How did you pick a location? So it started a little bit informally, but it just really became such a change in the way that everybody was doing business that it just made sense, because small businesses have been helping other small businesses for a very long time. But
Sure.
during COVID, I think that was so magnified. And so that really was how the other business kind of came to life, was just trying to help other people that I knew. I do believe if you have a good business plan and it is something that you're really passionate about, and you know what you're doing, you have some experience in the field, or you have some experience with the product, or maybe it's something new, you really can make a go of it. And so I think being a teacher by trade, it was just so easy to teach people and help them. So that's kind of how that happened. That was April, very informal. And April, we decided to make it a little more formal, and Stellar Business Concepts was born. Stellar Business Concepts, my mom's name is Stella. She passed away in 2019. So we did a little play on words, and that's where the Stellar Business Concepts comes from. So sometimes people ask, like, well, what what does the business concepts, what does that mean?
Sure.
And I know we'll talk a little bit about what we offer there, but that's kind of the backstory of how that happened. It really was not intentional. It just kind of came, and it was just the evolution of the way that my business journey started.
So let's talk a little bit about like various businesses that come to you. Some may be in business, but not really good direction. Others may be a good business, but could need some help to get over that next hump. So give us some examples of things that your group does.
Sure. So there is actually 4 of us. So there's 4 departments. So we're almost like maybe a growth and development center. So I talk a lot about business coaching because that's the role that I play essentially there. But so there's myself, and I do business coaching, and I will primarily help people with putting together a business plan or a marketing plan if they have a business plan, but maybe it's missing some pieces. Or you might have a really great company, but now you need to employ some strategy, but you've never held a strategic planning meeting. So those are some of the things that I do, and there's 4 of us. The next department is we do events, and so we have a business summit coming up. We have done some local events to help some of the businesses that we work with. So we've done some events to get them more exposure. Then we have a social media content creator who can manage your social media for you if you don't have time for that. And I find like some businesses, it's not that they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes it's a time factor.
Sure.
And then we have Derek, who does our videography, photography, also our podcasting. So there's 4 of us. So it's definitely more than just business coaching. So we help the businesses where they're at and what they need. We can start with somebody who has a dream on a napkin to somebody who has a quite successful business. But now I find like you either have time or money sometimes, but you don't usually always have both. Right. So the people who maybe have a successful business but don't have a lot of time to do blogs, because Steph can do that for social media. She does blogging. She does the media content. She can put together Pinterest pages, like things that make sense for your business. She can do that for you. So it's a team of really talented people that all work together to support businesses either grow or start.
So helping people understand what they might be short of or what the opportunities are, and then being able to take some of those pieces off their hands is a big perk for them.
I think the initial meetings we talk about what problems are they having, and then we kind of go from there. Like we even do some website development, but we do it on Wix, and we do it on Wix on purpose because I want it to be easy enough that if somebody wants to go in and make an edit, they can make an edit. So we can put together a very nice website for you. We just did West Shore Coffee's website. We can put together a really nice website for you. We can help with the maintenance, or we can show you how to do it once the primary pieces are there. So it really is support to try to help you just get to that next part of your growth. So, yeah.
And a lot of it is impression.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read a few reviews that I pulled off that you haven't seen yet. Katrina stated, I recommend Stellar Business Concepts because of the intelligent, kind, motivated, and respectful owners. They will help transform your business into something better.
Oh,
nice, huh?
Yeah.
Lauren said, we're working with Erica, who has given me a whole new perspective. She's opened my life to new possibilities and helped me to see how to put my abilities to good use. She is always creating new and innovative ways to engage the business community.
Yeah, she's great.
So, that's what people are saying about you, and I think it shines through with your passion.
Thanks.
If I could ask, if most businesses that are looking at this are people thinking about business, or, well, I don't know if I need that, what's the one thing that most people neglect to pay attention to?
Having a fully developed business plan. So the reason that I say that is, although people know how to post on social media, if you don't have a good understanding of who your customer is, who is your target market, and where do they hang out on social media or in the real world, God forbid the real world, but you really need to understand that. And if you don't have a good understanding of that, you're kind of just posting and you're spinning your wheels and you're wondering why you're not getting traction. So sometimes it's something as simple as figuring that piece out. It's not that what you're creating is bad. You might be creating great things, but if they're not on the right platforms, not in the right space for where your target market is, you're not going to get the results that you really could get. So I think that is important. Figuring out where you want to sell your items or provide your goods or services. How to pick a location. Are you going to do brick and mortar? Does that make sense? Because I tell people, make sure that you're not getting brick and mortar for the vanity of it. Because then you feel like you're a real business. No, you're a real business. If you can sell online and generate a great business online, do it online. Don't take on that extra overhead. So I really just helping people think about where they see their business, where it is now, where do they see it, and then giving them the tools. I think that's the biggest thing, is giving them the tools, helping them when they need it, but giving them the tools so that they can succeed and move on. If I'm a good coach, you're not with me forever, right? So I think it's those pieces of just helping, and then helping people see internally too. Because I think sometimes people, especially the women that I work with, may undercut their prices, are afraid to ask for what they're really worth. And sometimes you just need a friend to say, look in the mirror, like, your work is great and you need to price accordingly, So it just, every business is individual with their stuck, Sometimes it's pricing, sometimes it's location, sometimes it's media. It's contingent on the business. Every business owner is in a different part of their journey. So,
and I think it's important as a woman-owned business that you're able to say to them, I've been there, I'm here now, I want to bring you with me.
Oh, yeah. And we made lots of mistakes. I mean, oh my God, my first business I was 22 years old, had zero business plan. I opened up a retail candle store, no business plan. We financed with credit cards. That was a disaster. Had it for 4 years. I don't even know how, God bless, we made it that long. I think it was probably because I'm really great at sales, but yeah, so I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. So if you can help somebody maybe shorten that learning curve, to me, that's success,
How can people get more information?
You can visit our website at www.stellarbusinessconcepts.com. We have a Facebook, which is Stellar Business Concepts. Instagram, Stellar Business Concepts _RI1. Or you can call us on the phone too. But the website probably would be the best way.
Right. They can get an idea of everything you offer,
Yep.
some examples of what's happening,
Yep.
and meet and greet, and you're happy to talk to anyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the first visit, you just call. We talk for free, and it's really literally just like this. We sit down, we make sure that it's a good fit for you, for us, what you need. Sometimes it's not us, and we have a plethora of other resources in our state. I can maybe guide you to the right one. Most of those resources I've used myself. I am a graduate of CWE Power Up. I'm a graduate of the 10,000 Small Business Group, Cohort 7. So I've used several of the resources available. I have gotten 4 loans from the SBA. I have a 504 loan. I've bought real estate. So the gamut I've done. I mean, I've been around for a while, so a little old.
It's all good. All right. Well, I wish you a lot of luck. We're big fans, and I want to see you keep helping businesses out there.
Yeah. So I want to just thank you for having me on the podcast.
Sure.
The one thing I didn't mention is we also have a podcast called Practical Bizz Podcast. So if you want to get more information on different strategies and tips that you can use, you can check us out. We have a podcast that goes up every Monday in the morning, like by 6 or 7 o'clock. So,
Great.
thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you very much.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.